What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to the table where everybody eat. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button for your boy. And if it's your first time to the channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you don't miss out on the plays and updates we bring to you guys each and every day in the market. Now today we talking about Navitas Semiconductor Corporation, ticker symbol NVTS, which closed at $7.30. It was up 1.11% on the day, basically flat on the day if you ask me. But I'm coming to you guys with this video because in my eyes, we are at a critical level to see if we can have continuation to the upside. Now, Navitas Semiconductor is a cutting edge player in the power electronics industry, specializing in gallium nitride and silicon carbide technologies, which is two materials revolutionizing how energy is converted and managed across modern devices. Now, you, however, may have known what gallium nitride is, whereas me, on the other hand, had no idea it was considered next generation semiconductor material made from gallium and nitrogen, which I guess coincides with the word or with the full term gallium nitride. Prized for exceptional electrical and thermal properties, transforming industries ranging from consumer electronics to aerospace, such as consumer tech, automotive, renewables, aerospace, and defense, which makes sense to me that this stock right here could be seeing this uptrend going because those sectors right now are on fire. The EV space, aerospace industry, obviously defense stocks from Palantir and the likes of thereof, but the other material, silicon carbide, provides efficient power for phone chargers to data centers and even utility grids. The thing that's so good about Navitas Semiconductor is how they are revolutionizing the silicon found in most electronics and electronically powered devices. They design and manufacture power integrated circuits that are smaller, faster, and more efficient than traditional silicon chips used in high performance applications like fast chargers for our phones, data centers for energy efficient power delivery, solar and energy storage systems, down to electric vehicles and industrial motor drives. Now, with much of our future being powered by 800-volt equipment, ranging from electric vehicles to data centers, in addition to future trends pointing towards massive adoption, performance breakthroughs, and cost parity with silicon, a company like Navitas is simply positioned in the right place at the right time and positioned to dominate a space with an annual expected growth rate of 7% through 2023, reaching $21.2 billion by 2025. And as you see from this chart right here, this stock is up a whopping 201% in the last year, but year to date, meaning the entire year of 2025, this stock is up 99, nearly 100%. Now, peep game. In the last 6 months alone, this stock is up 374%. That is from what? Where we at now? October. So that's basically from April up until now. So I guess we could say from Liberation Day up until now, this stock has seen a surge. I mean, a surge of buyers. Now, I believe they are connected with NVIDIA in some form, shape, or fashion. I haven't looked into that to verify that, but the source that I got that from is a credible source. So take that with a grain of salt coming from me. However, everything I said prior to what I just told you guys, in addition to their rumored connection with NVIDIA, could be another reason why this thing is up 374% in the last 6 months, bringing us down to 21% over the last month, 13% over the last 5 days, and then, like I said today, up 1.11%. So technically flat, especially with these numbers we have right here, bringing us to the daily chart. And off rip on the daily chart, I'm pretty sure you see this major, I mean, massive gap up that happened on from May 21st, Wednesday. This stock closed at $1.91, but going as high as $2.06. Then that following day, it opened at $4.91, went low as $4.03, and it actually closed at $5.05, which continue on over here. You see on this day, our low was 503, not our low. My bad. Our low was 499. We opened at $5.03, and ever since then, that $5 level was a thing of the past. Now, here's our Discord community, Everybody Eats, which the link will be below in the description and pinned in the top of the chat. When this stock was booming over the summer, somewhere around in June or July, I can't really recall. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, that was July. Back on July 21st, 2025, around 12:30 a.m. Yes, I'll be up late with it on the charts. But I said now from the chart and no fundamentals, a retest of 595 to 625 would be sweet, bringing us to market open or later on in the day on July 21st, where I had told them I finally put the scope on this thing last night and was waiting for 10:15 a.m. Eastern to see how it performed. And it shot through the zones I drew up. So therefore, I stayed on the sidelines. I had to wait. Fast forwarding, what, let's just say 2.5 months or so to the beginning of September, and around that time, I mentioned how I was not touching it above that 584. And if we lost that level, I was waiting to see how price action was in my SGP. That's my sniper golden pocket, which again, rewind the tape, you will see this chart right here that looks like this. And I let them know based off that yellow arrow, this thing was sitting right there in the golden pocket, and now I am eyeing this thing for a possible reversal to the upside. But if we lost that area, then I was going to be looking for that psychological level of $5 below, because that gap down there from that $3 range had me being cautious and treading lightly, making sure I played this thing correct, which bring us to a post from last week, how I stated the golden zone now is actually at that pivot where we decided to go long, which is around $6.30, because we was waiting for a break above 630, technically $6.37, but that was now the golden pocket. And if the uptrend continues, we're targeting $7.52. And once we have consecutive close above that area, we need to test $8.06 and maintain anywhere between $7.75 to $7.85. After closing strong above $8.06, I'm looking to see how price action behaves between $8.30 and $8.60. So, with me saying all of that, I guess you don't have to wait for the chart and wait for the levels, because I kind of already gave them to you guys the same way I gave them to the Discord community back on September 22nd. However, we're going to go ahead and take our way back over to the chart. And before we do that, here's my profile on X or Twitter, where I post what I see in the market. I post charts. I post things about the stock. Just post life quotes, whatever the case may be. So if you want to get these levels that I'm posting or that I'm talking about before I make these videos and edit them and get them out to you guys, follow your boy over on X, which I believe I spoke about NVTS. That's Coppin. Shout out to my Coppin family. ACHR definitely look good. Right here, boom. NVTS starting to form a nice setup. The Jan 2026 $8 strike is up 100% since call out. I believe it was around 70 cents. Now it's at about $1.40. So yeah, link is below in the description for the Discord community, as well as my profile on X or Twitter. You can follow your boy free of charge and get these levels on whatever I'm looking at before I get them out to you guys, or post them on the Discord or whatever. So back to the chart and break down these levels. Here we are on the 4-hour time frame, and now on the 4-hour time frame, let's slide this over a bit. So on the 4-hour time frame, you already see how that 50 SMA is respecting our $6.06 area right about here. Now, if you guys are familiar with the channel or the table where everybody eats, you guys know I love to use my 50 SMA as a guide or a gauge in regards to price action in areas that could become either support or resistances. And if you look at the 50 SMA right here, it curled up over and then it rejected, or it treated that sniper fair value gap right here that we currently in right now as resistance, came down. I'm not a good artist, so don't mind my tracing. And it started to respect that 606, like I said. And now we're curling up to the upside. But as we curl up to the upside, we have now reclaimed that 50 SMA on a 4-hour time frame. We gapped down, but price action respected it, as well as this right here in the MACD fell beneath the signal line, got back above the signal line, and now starting to cross back up You could tell right there with the blue band above the orange, which is that signal line, starting to show buyers are really starting to step in. Now, what I would like to see, even though I'm not saying we're going to get it, is especially the way that price is so strong in this area right now. I would have preferred to see us come back into this sniper fair value gap, this lower range right here, just to get some more price action in here, as well as put some price action or some volume and some buyers, some sellers, some liquidity basically in this range right here where I drew this yellow line. Because if we don't even come down into this gap area, that's fine and dandy. But I never like how we have basically an empty space or a void spot right here like we do on any chart, especially on a higher time frame. So that right there is a warning signal for me, especially as we are now approaching the top of this range here, which I believe is around that $7.50. Other than that, though, price action right now is looking superb, especially how we had this long wick right here push us back down, but we still closed green. However, the buyers now are starting to push this thing up. MACD once again, 4 hour once again, starting to look good. Skipping over the 2 hour time frame and going to the 1 hour time frame. Now this is where things get slightly interesting for me. And what I mean by that is how we are riding the 50 SMA at this point, but it is now starting to curl down as if it wants to lose this sniper fair value gap and then bring us some. I'm not saying this is going to happen because actually, right now, with me holding a few shares, I don't want that to happen. But it looks as if we could fall beneath that 50 SMA on a 1 hour. I'm not saying it's going to happen once again, but if we did, then I would like that because I would want to get at least a little bit more of some of this in here and then go up. Although we got some right here in this area, that's fine and dandy. However, we gapped down, came into this range to fill up this e-liquid zone, and then we got back here and we gapped up. So now I'm also realizing that these little wicks right here ain't about nothing. Coming over here, same thing. We don't got nothing. So with all of this nothing going on the chart, it makes me be a little weary and a little cautious, especially with the MACD flirting and just being indecisive with this signal line, getting above, falling beneath, getting above, but it's being very tight as if this thing wants to or could break out. Be mindful again, we got this 758 overhead. Then, like I stated, I believe 775 to 780. Ideally, $8.06 is our next target, or the psychological level of $8 is our next target. But we'll see how things go and how it pans out before we start to predict and assume what the stock is going to do. Which brings us to the 30-minute time frame. And let's go ahead and reset this chart so we can kind of zoom out because we are very, very close right now. All right, I could dig it. And with this right here, now this chart or this time frame keeps me to be basically bullish at the end of the day. Reason being, we got my 50 SMA coming up, getting into this zone, came down, but it respected this little sniper fair value gap down here. And now it's going back to the upside right along with the MACD. Let's make this thing bigger for a second. MACD curling up as if it wants to shoot back through and continue to go up. This will be a weird, crazy W shape if we do get a pop up like that on the MACD. But hey, once again, I'm long on this. My Discord is long on this. So we wouldn't mind if we went ahead and got a retest or a test of that 806 to cash out of our January 2026 calls and then rinse and repeat on maybe a further date. That will be fine and dandy. But again, we're not going to predict or assume. We're just going to react to what the chart gives us. So with these candles here and with this price action, I'm definitely liking this chart on the 30-minute time frame. And if we can maintain inside this range, which is $6.82 to $7.40. So basically, if we stay above 682, I am for sure long we fall beneath it. I'm at a hold range because I wouldn't mind coming to retest this 640 area or 645 or whatnot to close this gap, fill this gap, and then we go up higher. But that's what I have for you guys on ticker symbol NVTS. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Much love. We out.